Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you from our studios in Kokomo, Indiana, it's Pyle and Company. With your host, Jacob Pyle, and this week's special guest, Ayla Brown, Merritt Laney, and Trey Oles. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the last time on this show, here is your host on Pyle and Company, my friend, Jacob Pyle.
Thank you. Thank you, Butch McCain. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pyle and Company. My name is Jacob Pyle. Glad to have you with us. I want to, if I may, reiterate what Butch McCain just said in introducing me this week. Normally after Butch McCain introduces me on each week's show, I come out and sing a song. Not this week. Instead, I open this week's show with an announcement. That's been on my heart now for the past month. In the past few weeks, I learned that both Caitlin G and Margot Amy both have decided to leave the show. Margot did a great job on the show. She's been the second longest participant on the show, with Butch being the longest as our announcer. And she was really talented too, and I'm going to miss working with Margot. Caitlin was only on for about a couple months, but she did a good job in helping us out as a co-host these past few months, and we're definitely going to miss her, and I know she'll move on to big and better things. But that's not my big announcement. As for me, when I found out that both Margot and Caitlin left the show, as well as in addition to the lack of help and, my busy schedule and things like that, I have come to the decision that it's time for me to move on as well. So in other words, this week's episode will be my last episode of Pyle and Company. I've been hosting and producing podcasts for 5 years, 2 of those years here on Pyle and Company. I'm really going to miss interviewing celebrities. I'm going to miss working with some of the great talented people I've worked with. Plus, I'm going to miss having you as my audience. But it is time for me to move on. I will have some more final words for you at the end of the show. But even though this is my final episode, we must continue our show as normal. Our special guest for this week will be Ayla Brown, plus we have some special appearances from 2 former Pyle and Company participants as well. And of course, our usual cast of regulars, the fabulously talented voice of Mr. Butch McCain. One thing that hasn't changed, though, we have a great show in store for you this week, and we'll get it on for you right after this. Welcome back to Pyle and Company. Throughout these 5 years that you and I have spent together, I've had the privilege of sharing the spotlight with so many talented individuals, each of whom was all so very kind enough to take time out of their busy schedules to help me out on the show, and they all did a wonderful job. But when one former Pyle and Company participant heard that I was going to be producing my final episode of Pyle and Company this week, he wanted to drop by and share a few final goodbyes of his own. So, being the nice guy that I am, I have decided to let him share his special goodbye message, not just to me, but to all of you out there. So, without further ado, this is the former Pyle and Company participant I was talking about, well, one of them anyway, from his home in Lucedale, Mississippi, and from his own self-titled radio show. Please give a big Pyle and Company welcome to Mr. Trey Oles.
Hello, Pyle and Company listeners and friends. This week's show will be the last show, and I just want to say goodbye. I was a substitute co-host, and I was there on for 5 or 6 episodes. It was wonderful working with Jacob Pyle and Margot Amy and Mr. Butch McCain. It was wonderful working with all of them. Pyle and Company is special to me because it was just so wonderful. It was comedy. I read the poems, and I got to interview some remarkable people. And I may or may not have the chance to do that again, besides my radio show. But it was wonderful. And I wish all the people involved with Pyle and Company great success. I wish Jacob Pyle more success beyond Pyle and Company. He did this for a long time, and I'm very glad to be with him. He was just wonderful. And this isn't script at all. I'm not reading a script. This is just coming from my heart. Thank you. It was an honor, and I bless all of you listening and watching. Thank you. My name is Trey Olds, and I hope you all have a great day. God bless.
Thank you, Trey. That was very sweet of you. Thank you. We will be having some more clips and stuff later in the show, including one of my favorite clips of all time. But coming up after the break, I'll have with me this week's special guest, Ayla Brown. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Pyle and Company. It's time once again for this week's special guest interview segment. And this week's special guest is a former American Idol contestant. No, it's not Kelly Clarkson or Carrie Underwood, but this lady has since moved on to become an independent country music artist. And her latest single is entitled Take Your Name. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome to our stage for a former Season 5 American Idol contestant turned an independent country artist, Miss Ayla Brown. Hey Ayla, welcome to Pyle and Company.
Thanks for having me.
Now go ahead and tell us a little something about yourself.
All right, well, hey everyone who's watching. My name is Ayla Brown, and I'm originally from Massachusetts, but I live in Nashville now. I've been there for 6 years, and some fun facts about me: I sing country music, and I used to play basketball, and I love to eat.
How did you get your start in music?
I got started with singing many years ago. I was just a small kid. I think that's how the passion started, but I was obsessed with Disney movies growing up, so I would always listen to the movies and try and sound just like the princesses, and I don't know, my mom would just be like, okay, maybe she has talent, but we don't know. Let's throw her down in the basement and just let her get everything out there, sing her little heart out. And that's what I did for many years. I was just a basement singer. And then when I was a little older, in high school and middle school, I joined the school chorus and the a cappella groups. And then when I was a senior in high school, I tried out for American Idol and placed 13th overall on season 5. And that was really my first time ever singing in front of a very large crowd. So talk about intimidating.
Tell us about your latest single, Take Your Name.
Yeah, a couple months ago, I actually released just one song, a single. It's called Take Your Name. And you can find it on Spotify or iTunes or any of the digital sites. I haven't put it on an actual record yet. But it's really a fun, upbeat song. It's a love song about falling in love and wanting to take someone else's last name and marry them and spend the rest of your life with them. And I wrote it by myself on a plane going to visit my sister. And I don't know, I sent it to the producer that I was working with at the time, and he absolutely loved it. And his excitement about it made me super excited about it. And then we recorded it and I released it on Valentine's Day. So that's been my last release until I get back into the studio and do the EP.
Now, what would be your advice to anybody who is getting their start in music?
Oh my gosh, when I was younger, there was no YouTube or really any outlets to perform unless you were doing it in person somewhere. So I think the sky is the limit in terms of marketing yourself in other avenues that were very different from when I was growing up. So I would say if you want to be a singer or if you think you have some talent, you can never start too young these days with uploading videos on Facebook or YouTube or, Instagram, allowing people the opportunity to see you through hashtagging and that sort of thing. But in terms of being signed and going that route with a label, I'm not signed. It's something that I've kind of preferred. I'm kind of waiting for the right moment if it ever happens. But you can absolutely have a successful career as an independent artist, because I'd like to think that I'm the result of that. And I'm still doing this 10 years after American Idol and still loving it and paying my bills doing it.
And finally, where can we download your single?
On Spotify, iTunes. Absolutely. You can stream it, you can download it, and it's called Take Your Name. But I also have some awesome other songs and albums on there too. My latest record, a full-length one, was called Let Love In, and I absolutely love that one.
All right. Ayla Brown, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, anytime. Have a great day.
Don't go away, because after this break, Ayla will have a song for you guys. We'll be right back.
When Siri doesn't know something, she asks him. Cowbells say they need more him. Google Maps asks him for directions. His birthday is considered a national holiday. He taught Chuck Norris martial arts. His business card simply says, "We will call you." He taught German Shepherds to bark in Spanish. He is Jacob Pyle, the most interesting man in the world.
Welcome back to Pyle and Company. And now, here to sing the song, Take Your Name, give it up once again for our special guest for this week, Ayla Brown.
Leave your worries at the door. Pain and suffering ain't welcome anymore. If you wanna be with me, there ain't no you, there ain't no I. We need to be a team, 'cause I wanna take your name, leave the other one and never look again. At what stupid games we used to play, there was also yesterday. I wanna take your name. I've been here waiting all along. I've been done searching, ain't getting any younger. Take my heart and hold it tight to your beating one every day and every night. 'Cause I wanna take your name, leave the other one and never look again. At what stupid games we used to play, there was also yesterday. I wanna take your name. It's okay if we lose. A battle scar ain't nothing if you ain't got the bruise. Sometimes a fight is what you need to prove I really needed you. You really needed me. 'Cause I wanna take your name, leave the other one and never look again. At what stupid games we used to play, there was also yesterday. I wanna take your name. Ooh, I wanna take your name, leave the other one and never
Thank you, Ayla. You can download, stream, or purchase this song on either iTunes, Spotify, or practically any place else that sells or streams music. When we come back, we'll have our second former Pyle and Company participant join us for a special song. We'll be right back.
We're no longer looking for special guests on Pyle and Company. So if you'd like to be a special guest on Pyle and Company, forget it. But if you'd like to be our special guest for lunch, Jacob and I would be delighted for you to join us after the show. Once again, here's Jacob.
Welcome back to Pyle and Company. Since this is my final episode of Pyle and Company, I wanted to do an encore version of a song that I had a chance to cover a couple of months ago from the movie Toy Story, You've Got a Friend in Me. Merritt Laney sang the song with me, and she did an awesome job helping us out in the song. I asked Merritt if she and I could sing that song together this week just one more time. And guess what? She agreed to do it. So, ladies and gentlemen, my second former Pyle and Company participant that is going to be singing with us on this song from her studios in Columbus, Ohio. Please make a big Pyle and Company welcome to my former co-host on Pyle and Company, Merritt Laney. Hey, Merritt.
Hey, Jacob, thank you for having me.
Are you ready to sing our song?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it. Hit it. You've got a friend in me.
You got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed,
You just remember what your old pal said. Oh, you've got a friend in me.
oh, Jacob, that's so sweet, because you've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me.
You've got a friend in me.
You got troubles. Well,
Guess what? I've got them too.
you do. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together, we can see it through, because you've got a friend in me.
You've got a friend in me.
I love this country twang thing going on.
Some other folks might be a little bit smarter than I am,
Bigger and stronger too, maybe.
but none of them will ever love you the way I do. It's me and you, boy, as the years go by.
Our friendship will never die.
You're gonna see it's our destiny, 'cause you've got a friend in me.
You've got a friend in me.
You've got a friend in me. Ba, 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 da, 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 da. Woo! I can't even sing that high. Merritt Laney, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for singing with me.
Beautiful job, Jacob.
Pyle and Company will return after these messages. If you want to watch more episodes of this show, go to www.pyleandcompany.weebly.com. And please don't forget to like us on our Facebook page as well. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Butch. As you can probably tell in the background here, I took down my Pyle and Company set during the break. So that's why you're seeing nothing but a general apartment in my background. By the way, before I have to say what I have to say, Butch McCain has a couple of final words for us. Take it, Butch.
Well, Jacob, last one. Wow, as they say, all good things must come to an end. I've enjoyed it, buddy.
Thanks a bunch.
Thanks, Butch. Now I have a few things I'd like to say. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our special guests, Ayla Brown, and our very special guests, Merritt Laney and Trey Olds, for joining us this week. But more importantly, I want to thank you, our audience, for watching us each and every week. You guys are the ones that kept this show on the air. This show started back in September of 2015 when Shelby List was my first guest co-host on the show. I never would have thought in a million years that this would be my second win for me. We have improved so much over these 2 years, you and I, and as much as I am going to miss our time together every week, I know that there will be a future in front of us. Who knows, the show might come back in the unforeseeable future, we don't know. The only person who knows my future would be God, because he is the only one who knows my future for me. There is one person I definitely would like to thank this week for making all of our weeks here on Pyle and Company great. My announcer and my sidekick, Butch McCain. He's not only been the voice of Pyle and Company throughout this past year, he has also been the heart and soul of this program for as long as this program has been on the air. And finally, I want to thank all of you out there for watching. Now, I'm going to close our show this week with a song that was made famous from the movie Carousel, but I think it's the best suited song for this special occasion. You'll Never Walk Alone. Now, normally at this point of the show, I'll say, until next week, good night and God bless my friends. But I've decided not to do that this week. Instead, I will say so long for now. So, from our studios here in Kokomo, Indiana, I'm Jacob Pyle. Until I see you again, so long for now. Hit it! When you walk through storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm, there's a golden sky and a sweet, sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the wind. Walk on through the rain. Though your dreams be tossed and torn, walk on with hope in your heart, and you never, ever walk alone. You'll never walk alone. Walk on with hope in your heart. Never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. So long, everybody.
This is Butch McCain, your announcer on Pyle and Company, signing off for the last time. Good night.